Hello everyone and welcome to the Women's Rugby Show. Now before I tell you who I am and where I am, there's this big red button on our YouTube channel and it's called subscribe, so make sure you press it because I don't want you to miss out on one thing this season. And thank you, by the way, for pressing play on this latest episode of the Women's Rugby Show. I'm Georgina Warhead, I'm one of the new presenters and I can't wait to get this season off and running. Now, you're probably wondering, she's not in a rugby ground. I'm not. I'm at the Tyrrell Court Farmhouse HQ because they're the main title sponsors of this season Premier 15s. I'm here today to speak to all the players. I cannot wait. I can't wait to hear what they've got to say about the new season ahead. So let's go. Okay, so tell us, I want to take it back to a bit of the summer.
Yes.
How was your first summer series and then obviously having your first cap?
Yeah, no, it was a pretty special series. Obviously, first cap's a pretty special occasion and it was, I had a really good time out there, learnt a lot, great experience, hopefully can bring something back to Bristol for this season. Coming into camp and you're exposed to like the top players from the country, top level coaching, so all of that is a step up, and obviously the players that you're playing alongside are pretty experienced, so yeah, you're always learning, picking stuff up both on and off the pitch. So yeah, that's good.
What did you do after to relax? I mean, that must have been such a crazy, full-on summer. So when you come back, what is the main things that you like to do?
So obviously we had a bit of time off before we came back into pre-season with Bristol. So yeah, just a chance to relax, spend time with my friends and family. I didn't go abroad, but I took some time off anyway, and just got outside a bit and just caught up with some friends really.
And how it was pre-season? Everyone says when I speak to rugby players or whoever, they're always like, oh my God, it's murder because you forget what it's like. So how was it for you?
Yeah, so obviously after a break, it's always a bit of a blowout. First week back was a bit of a shock to the system. But no, it's good. It's kind of like pain that you enjoy because afterwards you feel so much better. And you're all going through it together. So you're all in the same boat. And obviously the more we can get into pre-season, the more prepared we'll be for the start of the season. So.
And what is that opportunity like to play for Bristol Bears?
No, it really is amazing. I think we've just got a really good thing going down there at the moment. We've got like a really good whole club, whole squad. We do everything together, train together all the time. So yeah, I think the more like bonded we are, the better it's going to be, and that's only going to get better throughout the season. So yeah, it's a pretty special club to be at, I'd say.
What are you most looking forward to this season? Is there a specific person that you're like, oh, I want to take you down? Or is there a specific team where you're like, oh, okay, we need to beat you this season?
We haven't really looked at like specific people, specific teams, but we're aiming for a top 4 finish. So that's our main aim for this season, and obviously to do that we've got to beat the best teams out there, and we've got the perfect opportunity with Saracens at home for the first game of the season. So yeah, that's our really big focus, and we're really looking forward to that. We know who their top players are, but our aim is all focused on us at the moment, what we can bring and what we can deliver on for this new season.
How was pre-season? Everyone's telling me it was great, but someone must have to admit to me it's pretty tough.
Well, we did have one tough aspect of pre-season. So the weekend just gone, we've been on an army training camp. Okay. Yeah, Saturday, Sunday. So Saturday night we had the luxury of staying in the giant army tents, which was freezing. Yeah, it was. I think everyone probably on average got about an hour and a half's worth of sleep for the entire weekend. So Sunday's game was a struggle, but we pulled through.
What were they teaching you in army camp?
So a lot of it was about leadership and fellowship, about how to communicate with your teammate, about having an outward mindset, about what you can do for your teammate versus what they can do for you, which has been a big part of our pre-season. It's all about how we can build the culture that we want, how we can build the atmosphere to really sustain the vibe that we have going for us right now. And the Army weekend was just brilliant. All of the vibes that have come out of it has been amazing.
Yeah, how did that bond you? Because I hear now many of the teams are going away because they say that bridges are better bonding. So how do you feel? Does that actually happen?
Yeah, of course. I mean, we also had a trip to Poland as well, which was pretty novel. So we played the Polish national team, the Black Roses. Yeah, so we played them out there.
And what do they do different? Did you learn anything from them?
Of course, yeah. It's always great to play against competitive teams, and it was nice to to be in their environment and see their training systems as well. Yeah, and learn from some of their coaches.
So what are you expecting? What can we expect actually from Richmond this season?
I've said this a few times, Richmond is going to be very different to a Richmond that you've seen before this year, which is always exciting.
Fighting words.
Yes, it's exciting for us and exciting for spectators as well. We've had a new coach come in, brilliant coach, a guy called Mike Panho, who's a level 4 RFU coach, so very highly skilled. He's brought in a new system that fits our team and fits what we're trying to achieve, so we're all very excited about the prospects of getting started.
When you look back at last season, what do you take back from that and what did you learn from it?
So last season was a bit of a struggle for us in all reality, but what we did learn is the ability to come together when things don't go our way, which is needed. We're fortunate that the Tyrrell's Premiership, this is the 3rd year, so we've had some time to build, and that we have. So we're expecting to build from last year and the season before, and 3rd year to bring something special.
And last question, what is the team, and who is the team actually, that you are eager to play and beat this season?
That's a good one. I mean, I'm going to have to say Harlequins. Yeah, of course, it's our home rival. So, and we've had some brilliant games against each other, both home and away. We played a game at the Stoop against them, which was just an awesome spectacle. So it's always the home rivalries, always the fun ones that we want everyone to get behind. So I think it's going to be no different this year.
How long have you been playing for, and why Wasps? Why do you love the team Wasps?
Yeah, so I've been at Wasps, this will be going into my 5th season. So I started pre-Tyrrell's, which was a totally different team. So we've come on leaps and bounds, especially under Giselle as a head coach. So going into our 3rd Tyrrell's season, this season, really exciting. The reason I chose Wasps, I think it's got to be the culture. So I think we're one of the only teams in the Tyrrells to have the legacy that we've got behind us. So Wasps being one of the longest standing rugby clubs, and the women's section in particular, we're celebrating our 35th season this season. So every time you step on the field in a Wasps jersey, you're not just representing the kind of current players. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of people outside of just our circle who want us to do well. So we have loads of old girls, loads of old guys coming down and supporting. So it sounds a little cliche, but it's definitely about that Wasps family vibe and kind of what the shirt really represents. That's why I joined.
That's absolutely amazing to hear about the legacy. I just never even knew that, and how women's rugby has progressed throughout the time. And where do you think it will go, carrying on for the more years that happen? So what do you think can improve?
Yeah, I really think we're moving towards being professional, which is so exciting. We talk about some of the old Wasps girls, they've played for England, they've represented their country, come down in the morning to check out their hotel and had a big fat bill to pay. So everybody is paving the way for the next generation. We're really lucky in the position that we are, but for the women's game to go fully professional, which I definitely think is going to happen in the next few years, is an incredibly exciting time to be a part of it.
And what are you expecting from this season with Wasps?
So we've just been away to Montpellier.
So you've got a bonding thing going on too.
Yeah, so ours is, Giselle always does a little bonding trip. So last 2 years we went to the Alps and it was a lot about strength and conditioning and kind of being in fighting shape. But this year, obviously we've got to the top 4 the last 2 years. She wants to do something different because we want to be in that final. So we decided to fly over to Montpellier, still do a week of fitness on the beach and in the mountains, and then take on the French champions on the Thursday. So we've been over in Montpellier, which is a kind of big symbol for us. It says that we're here to compete and we're serious about what we want to achieve. As with Giselle, there's always loads of stuff going on behind the scenes, which we can't give away. But there's definitely a winning mentality to get into that top 4 for 2 years and just missing out on the final. There's no secrets that we're gunning for that final this year.
What is the team that you think that is the team we have to be? Obviously Saracens, back-to-back, amazing. But what is it about them, do you think, why they keep on getting to the top spot?
Saracens are really good at promoting that winner's mentality, and at the kind of level that the women's game is at, you've got to have that elite mentality. You've got to be serious about winning, and you've got to dedicate your everything to it. So at Wasps this year, we're training more. There are daytime sessions happening at 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon in the day, because it's that winning mentality that makes teams so dangerous to play against, because it's a kind of win at all costs. It's not over until it's over. And previously, when we've played Saris in particular, Quins as well, that's the mentality that they've got. So we've worked really hard to adopt it, and I'm confident that we've got it now.
What's it like seeing all the other girls today?
Yeah, it's amazing. It's so funny. You play the same teams week in and week out, and the season is so intense, and then you have a big pre-season. You kind of miss everybody. So it's nice to be back here. A little bit rainy over in the potato farm, but yeah, it's a good day. We can't thank Tyrrell enough for all the support that they do. So for them to put on an event like this, have us all come together, it's a great reunion just a couple of weeks before it all kicks off again.
So how is today going for you, and what is it like to be with all the other girls today?
Really nice to meet up with all the other girls from the other teams. It's good to meet up with people that you've met before from encounters, but then also see some new faces as well. Really nice to be here at Tyrrell's busy day. Quite glad that we got some lunch. But no, it's a lot of media, and it's good getting it all out the way or learning how to do it.
And did you do a pre-season this year, like go away? Because I feel like a lot of teams have gone away. So have you guys, and even if you haven't, what makes you guys bond?
So this season we've not been away anywhere to France or anything like that, but we had a training day in Worcester, and at the end of the training day we went down to Tewkesbury to do some water activities, so paddleboarding, kayaking, and then we've done a bit of camping as well. So that was a really good way for us to bond as a team away from the rugby pitch. When we're training, we try and keep training and do our best, and get on with the work that we need to be done. But then we have food post training, so we all sit down together and eat after every training session. So that helps us find out a bit about each other, what people are doing away from rugby and things.
And last season, what do you take away from it, and what do you think we can do better from, and how are you going to put that into this season?
So last season we really built through the season. We had a couple of wins towards the end of the season, so that was our positive from the end of the season there. We've taken that through our pre-season training, and hopefully going into the new season we'll build on that, and we'll get some more wins a bit quicker on in the season.
And so what are you hoping, would you like to be sitting?
It'd be great. Mid-table finish would be our ideal, and that's what we're aiming for. We're not going to be unrealistic. I mean, we're not going to win the league, but it's really good that we're going to aim for those mid-table positions.
I mean, law of attraction here. We need to get you more, let's think positive vibes at the top.
Yep. No, I think that's what we're building to. I think it's going to take us a couple of seasons to get there, but I think our team definitely has the potential with the young players that we've got coming through. We've got a great centre of excellence, and then also with the facilities and the experience that we've got coming from the top down as well, feeding into the team to help us progress and get better.
And what's so special about Worcester Warriors?
It's just a brilliant club atmosphere. I mean, I've been at the club, this is my 8th season at Worcester, so it's a great ethos that we've got, a great community feel, and with our new branding alongside the men's teams, it's really united us as one club.
What are you excited about this season?
We've been really working quite hard over pre-season, so I'm looking forward to just getting out there and playing some rugby.
And who are you excited about playing against this season?
That's a very good question. I mean, really all of them. I think that Loughborough Lightning is our first game of the season. It is where I tore my MCL last season, so I am looking forward to playing them to get it off my back. And
probably those pink and purple that got you off note.
Yeah, I got all sidetracked from the colours.
And so Loughborough Lightning, so you were saying you were excited about playing them?
Yeah, they're our first game of the season, so I feel like we're going to really start out strong. I think that people maybe have underestimated us in the past, and I'm hoping that they do, because we'll just push them from where we want to play. So
amazing. And looking back at last season, what did you take away from it?
I think that, we obviously didn't finish where we wanted to finish, but we took away what our weaknesses were and how we can turn them into strengths. So we've been working really hard this pre-season to really gel together and hopefully find our feeding, and we'll go into the rest of the season.
And what is it about Tyrrell's that is it's great to have them as a title sponsor?
They've put so much money into these last 3 years to help grow the teams and grow the sport in the women's game. So they've really given the support for the clubs to be able to give us the support as players that we need.
And what do you think, where would you like to be sitting as your team in the rankings this season?
Top 6 would be nice. Yeah, I think that we have the potential to do it, and we've just got to work hard. So I'd like to see us at the top 6.
And making the top 6, what would that prove then to you guys?
Just that we can do it, because we can do it. I think that we go out there and we see the different teams and who's playing for the different teams and maybe get a bit shell-shocked. So I think that, we can do it. We just need to put our minds and play our own game and just go out there and do it.
Hello, Mo Hunt. I just want to say congratulations, Captain. How did you get the news and what are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm buzzing about it. Basically, we had a player vote in squad, so basically it was between a few of us and all the girls voted for it, so it was a really special moment. Susie just dropped me a text and said congratulations, so yeah, I'm really happy, so excited of where we can go, and yeah, it's pretty humbled really.
I mean, I can't believe is it the squad that says they want you to be captain?
Yeah, so it's quite a special way to do it. So basically, you nominate players that you see as leaders, and we've got a bit of a leadership group come out of that. And so then everyone voted for the players in that group to who they wanted to lead them out, I guess. So
oh my God,
a bit awkward talking about it, but no, yeah, I'm really happy about it. It's a real special way to get voted into that role. So yeah, I'm really excited for the season.
You must go in and be like, thanks guys. You
Yeah,
all must really, I'll buy you a pint later.
Yeah, I know, but then if they don't vote for you, it's a bit awkward, isn't it? So no, it's a really cool way to do it, and hopefully there's going to be a lot of buy-in from the girls. And honestly, the squad is in such a good place at the minute, so just to be there as part of it is something special. But to be there running out first, I guess, is something else. So yeah, really happy.
So you've had a bit of an injury, had a bit of a stop-start. Oh gosh, what's going to happen? Can you tell us a bit more about the injury and then what rehab you did?
Yeah. So I actually picked up my 3rd concussion of the year out in I don't even know where we were, San Diego. Which was a bit gutting for me personally, because I was so excited to just get a bit of rugby under my belt. I actually got hit on the side of the head with a ball, which just sent my vision a little bit funny, which is something I struggled with through the season when I was concussed. So yeah, it was a bit of a tough one to take, being flown home in an airport when you're used to 30 people travelling around and you're on your own. That was quite a tough one, but I've rested well, and I'm in really good shape now. So started running last week, which was amazing to pull my boots back on, and I'm ready to kickstart the season now.
And how gritty was rehab, or was it just basically making sure that you were able to play and there's going to be no problems further this season?
Yeah, it's quite a tricky one with concussion. I know if you've ever come across it or if you ever had it, it's very different for everyone. Obviously my symptoms weren't headaches, it was my vision that was affected, so it was just a case of making sure I rested, did everything I could to get myself back in the best place possible, and then as soon as my vision the blurriness had gone, then that's when I just started to kick on. So it was a bit of a hard one to take, because I never knew when that would happen, but had some really good people around me that have helped me through it, so yeah.
And being at Gloucester, what does it mean to be captain of Gloucester?
Yeah, everything. I think I've grown up around there, so I was born in Gloucester Hospital, lived in the Forest of Dean, so just down the way, went to Hartpury College as my college after school, which I absolutely loved, and a lot of our girls have been part of the Hartpury College system, so everyone knows what it's like. It's such a good place to go, and a lot of the girls have stuck around, which is awesome. But it's just everything. It means that my family can come and watch. My granddad's a huge rugby supporter. He can come out and watch all the time. And as I said before, the fact that it's the girls that have voted for it, that's the thing that's the most important to me, because it's the most special way to get into that role, I guess.
And what are you aiming for? Obviously the top spot, but is there anything else? You've got any goals for the squad this season?
I think just to keep what the vibe is at the minute, because I haven't been part of a team that's had such a tight bond so quickly ever. It's been great. We had a pre-season tour to Swansea, which went down an absolute storm. It was great fun, and yeah, just to make sure that everyone's enjoying their rugby, because at the end of the day, we play this game because we love it, and I think a lot of people put a lot of pressure on themselves, and then you kind of lose sight of the reason why you do it. So for me, I'd love for everyone to thoroughly enjoy the season, and I think if we're enjoying our rugby, then it will show.
Definitely. And what's it like seeing being with all the other players today? Is it nice to see each other, or you're I'm going to get you next week? Watch.
No, it's always good fun. That's the other thing about rugby, is you're teammates, and on the pitch you battle against the opposition, but then off the pitch everyone's friends. You get on with everyone. I know these girls so well. I've played against a lot of them for years, and it's just always really nice to catch up.
How exciting is being here today?
Yeah, it's a really great experience. It's the first time I've been down and involved in this, so it's interesting to see what goes on. And I know you see sort of on the social media of the men's teams, all the stuff they get up to, so it's good to see that they're doing it with the girls as well.
What would you say to a younger girl that wants to be involved in rugby?
That don't have any fear, don't let the contact element put you off, just get stuck in. It's a really good way to make friends, and it's suitable for everyone, anyone that sort of ever played before, any other sports. There's lots of transferable skills, but rugby's got a great social side to it. I used to play football myself, and I swapped over, and the difference is massive in terms of sort of team and togetherness. So main thing, don't be scared, just get yourself stuck in.
And looking back at last season, how was it for you, and what are you taking away from it, and what are you expecting from this season?
Last season we started well before Christmas, and then the big gap, the Six Nations and sort of the winter gaps don't help massively. We did sort of tail off a bit towards the end, so we definitely want to improve this season. Look to get a few more wins and also pick up points. Bonus points where we should have had some last time, but we weren't quite in. We didn't quite finish off what we started. So definitely looking to kick on. We've got a lot of new girls, young girls coming through, so it's getting them bedded in nice and quick so that we can really sort of challenge where we maybe couldn't last year.
And how is that, getting the new girls in? Like, what do you have to do to kind of bring them all together?
We've had some uni girls approach us, so Liverpool Uni's quite a decent uni, so we've got some girls come up, approach us. We've had some come up through the Centre of Excellence who are just outstanding. A lot of them have actually played longer than some of the girls in the team because they started as really young kids. It's also just getting ourselves known in the community. Sort of, we're based north of Liverpool. Liverpool being a massive football city, it's getting ourselves down into Liverpool so that people know where we are. We're only just a few miles up the coast, so it's just making sure people know where we are.
But who is the team that you're excited to play?
Team that we're excited to play. Do you know what? I like playing Worcester. I really enjoy going to Six Ways. I think it's a really nice stadium, and it's a place where we've had results in the past, so that's always one to look out for. And then I'm from Surrey personally, so it's nice to play the London-based teams because it means my mum and family will come and watch as well. So,
where are you hoping you're going to finish this season?
Higher than last year. I think everyone's got it in their mind about the potential for having to have the bottom 4 teams have to resubmit for their licence. So trying to get above that would be really helpful to us because it would save us a big job over the summer of making sure we keep our place. So don't want to be too ambitious, but we don't want to put ourselves down at the same time. So mid-table would be fantastic.
Okay, so we're here with one of the friends of the show. Hello, Rachel. Okay, we're going to start off with, you've been in rehab. So can you tell us a bit about that and how you've recovered and what you're going to do in the season to make sure you don't try and get injured again?
So in the summer I had an operation on my hamstring. I've had it for a long time, and it was just a great opportunity to get it fixed. And now I'm almost back on the road, and hopefully I'll be putting on the shirt to run out and play for real, not just wearing it like this today.
Now, you've had a lot of signings with the Harlequins. How does that change the group and the squad's mentality when new people come in? Like, how do you rest assured everyone gets on and then you play a game straight away and everyone knows their spot and everything?
Well, I think, with recruitment, we make sure it's the right people coming into the club, and we've got a very strong ethos about, everyone being on an equal playing field, and all it's done is raise competition, which is what we need in this league. And yeah, we've had a really good weekend away with the squad, getting to know each other, and so, things like that bring you together, make you learn about each other, and then ultimately, that will hopefully transform onto the pitch as well.
That actually brings me on to Instagram. Everyone's been seeing you were away and you went away. Can you tell us a bit about it? What actually happened when you go away, and how does that actually bond and make it stronger within the team?
Yes, we went away to Brighton and we had some tough rugby sessions. That was the first and foremost thing. I think a few players were surprised that we were doing so much rugby, but it gave a real good opportunity for us to kind of all get together under no time constraints. On a Tuesday or Thursday evening, there's not much time and it's all rugby. So this was a great opportunity to get to know one another, relax a little bit, have a couple of drinks after, and just get to know people on a different level and know the person behind, the rugby player, and that bond, it lasts and it creates memories, and then obviously moving forward it makes interaction a lot easier. Somebody a little bit better, and then generally for over the whole season that bond will just grow and grow and grow.
And so coming up to this new season, what are your aims? What are the goals for the team and the squad, obviously?
I think, every year we always come out and want to put our best foot forward. We've got a massive challenge and a massive opportunity again, as we did last year, and we definitely want to get ourselves into top 4 and aim to be in that final again.
And what makes it so special that you're with Harlequins? What makes Harlequins a special team?
I think, what's really special and what we try and really focus on is that we're a squad of 60, and everything that we try and do is for the greater of the squad, on pitch and off pitch. There's one thing about we want to drive results on the pitch, but we're very much about growing people off the pitch as well. And I think that's a real wholesome way to look at a club and our ethos, and that's the way that we want to drive it. And, it's a good place to be.
Hi.
I love this. Pink, purple. We can definitely see you coming.
Yeah, we have actually just got a new kit this year, which is a lot more pink as well, so not just so much purple this year, a bit different.
Tell me how you relaxed over the summer. Did you relax? Did you actually get some time off before pre-season?
I had a little bit of time off. I went away on holiday for a week, but then we've been kind of in pre-season for quite a long time now, so we've been really kind of going for it this season.
And how is pre-season? I know a lot of people, they go, oh my gosh, I forgot what it was like and how bad it is. So how was it for you?
No, I think pre-season is a really important time for every team. It's an opportunity to obviously get yourself in shape for the season, but also kind of sound out the team, who's going to be there this season, and kind of build that tightness as a team. So for me, I think it's a really exciting time of the year, and I've really enjoyed it. And I think this year we've really put a lot into that pre-season, and our programme's been really good. So I've really enjoyed pre-season this year.
And tell me about last year. What are your thoughts when you're looking back now, how you did basically as a team?
Yeah, we're really proud of how we did last year. Our aim was to kind of go top 4, which we achieved. I think there was a little bit of disappointment in how we performed in our final match in the semi-final against Harlequins. So we feel we've kind of got something to prove this year and kind of push on from that, hopefully, and start kind of pushing for that top 2 if we can. But ultimately, we just want to keep improving every year, so that's a big thing for us this year.
And what is it about Loughborough Lightning which you're like, I love this team, I love this squad, you wouldn't go anywhere else? What is it about them that makes such a great, team?
I think it's just like the kind of passion. Every time you pull on that shirt for Loughborough, you're kind of creating history, because we are that first Loughborough Lightning team, because we are so new, and that's really exciting for us. And for me, it's just the kind of pride in the shirt. And that's what I would never change. I love her through and through, and I absolutely love playing for this team. And I think everyone has that kind of feel about them, so that's really important. We're all out there for each other, and I think that's what it is.
And could you say, like, when you look back in your career, what has been the most pivotal moments for you?
I think probably the most pivotal moment for me was probably moving up to Premiership Rugby, and that kind of step up in terms of, it was quite early on in my career that I did that, and I think the change in playing at that level and surrounded by people of the calibre that we play alongside just completely transformed my game in terms of kind of trying to compete at that level, and that was probably a real turning point for me and made me realise how much I wanted kind of to play at this level and beyond. So yeah, that was a big thing for me, definitely moving up.
And with Tyrrell being the title sponsor, how has that kind of changed the game and how has that helped the Premiership?
I think I played in the previous Premiership, and the kind of transformation in terms of the support, the facilities is incredible, and you see it in kind of the development of players, and the style of rugby that all the teams are playing now is just so much faster, all the teams are fitter, and I think for the game it's just fantastic because it's so good to watch. So I think the investment from Tyrrell's and having them as our sponsor is massive for women's rugby, but is also really entertaining for us to play and for people to watch.
Back-to-back winners. How is that as a feeling to know that you're back-to-back winners?
Yeah, it's an awesome feeling. Obviously, it's been a long while since that final, but when you back on that pitch together training, it makes it easier to get out for training because you know how good that feeling it is, being on that pitch, like winning big games. So yeah, it's a good feeling.
And how do you keep that motivation? Obviously, you've won twice now. How does the squad think, oh, okay, we just won't get lazy about this because we know we might do it again?
Yeah, well, we've got an incredibly ambitious squad, and I think that comes from having a blend of young and experienced players. But yeah, just the ambition within the side is huge, and it's not to go out and win another Premiership. It's just to go and win games and make memories with each other. So I think more than anything, it's quite easy to do. Just people want to win games, people want to win and play good rugby and enjoy themselves. So I think when that's the sort of culture that you've got and behind, why you're playing, then I think it's going to be hard to sort of lose that motivation.
And how was pre-season? Because a lot of people are saying it was absolutely fine, but I need someone to admit to me it was actually quite hard. How was it for you?
Yeah, it was really tough. Some of the EPS players joined a little bit later, so I didn't join until about halfway through. But I know, having spoken to the girls, that it's been really brutal. And then when we came back in, I was watching some of the contact sessions and the girls taking massive chunks out of each other. Also had lots of new talent come in, so obviously those are people who have come in wanting to make a mark. And I think, like we mentioned on things staying fresh and motivation, you've got people coming in wanting shirts, wanting to play in that team, put on a black jersey. So it's been, people have been putting their hand up, and it's been as competitive as ever. People not resting on laurels at all.
And how is it when new people come into the squad? Like, what is that dynamic and how does it change? And how do you get your ethos of Saracens back into the new players?
Yeah, I think it's quite easy, I suppose. People are living it and breathing it when they come and turn up to training. Like I said, everyone's really competitive. Everyone, wants to play rugby and score tries, make big hits. So it's quite easy, to feel that into people. I think people, when they come to the club, they know what we're about, and maybe people wouldn't join if they weren't up for it or sort of believed in what we believe in. So I think, most of the time when people come in, it's infectious, the ambition. So it's quite easy for, I think, people to join in. Well, I think so.
Yeah. Well, I know on the boys' side they all go away on holiday and have a big bonding session. So what about the girls? Do you go away, and where have you been this season?
Yeah, we try and do lots of bits together. I know we went to the Tower of London an evening, so that was a unique experience. A lot of the girls have never had that sort of experience before, so it was really cool, intimate night at the Tower of London. So it's good to do stuff that no one's ever done, and something that's a little bit different as well.
And even though you smashed it last season, what do you take away from last season of what you can build on and what you can learn from?
Yeah, so I think probably the biggest thing that we can build on is continue that run that we're on, and continue to look at ourselves first and make sure that we're doing the right things. There's no point in looking at the end goal. It's about playing each game, make sure that your performance is right. And I think we learned from last season that there were games where we had our back up against the wall. Mm-hmm. But we managed to turn it around and stick to the processes and stick to what we needed to do to get the result that we needed that game. So I think more than anything, we probably learned that actually if things aren't going our way, how to make them go our way within that game, and change the tide, get on the front foot again. And I think actually those hard games, those really tough games where our backs are up against the wall, we learnt the most in. So I think we've taken a lot from that we're going to be able to use this season.